Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Kayla. Nice to meet you. Today I'm going to be doing a video all about growing your butt. So if you guys want to learn some tips and tricks, and just keep on watching. So before I start the video, I just wanted to say that I am not a professional. I am not a personal trainer. Things that I'm about to tell you are things that have worked for me personally and things that I've researched on my own. So if that's not the type of video you guys are looking for, then you can just watch someone else's. But I really think these tips you guys will like. But yeah, these are tips that have worked for me personally and have allowed me to see a lot of growth in my glutes. So with that being said, you can keep watching if you want. If not, I'm sorry, you can click on someone else's video if you want to see like an expert's opinion. But yeah, I just thought I would get that out there. So I have 5 tips today. So without any further ado, let's just get started. My first tip is, I would say, the most important tip you can possibly do, and that is glute activation, or activating your glutes. So what is glute activation exactly? Glute activation is what you do prior to working out, so when you do get into your actual workout, your glutes are awake and alert and firing during every movement. So like most people, including myself, your glutes are turned off during the day. So when you get into your workout, they're just not going to be involved as much. So when you activate your glutes before your workout, they're going to be firing that much more. So what are some glute activation exercises? So I like to do my glute activation warm up or whatever, like I said, before my workout, and I like to do it in a circuit form. I don't use any weight. I just use a resistance band. So like circle resistance bands. Like this. I mean, you can use other ones, but these are the ones I found easiest. Just a circle resistance. Find what resistance works for you. You can get a pack of 3 really cheap at like Dunham's or Amazon. Or you can get a hip circle, which I used to have, but someone stole it. I like to do a circuit form. I like to do about 5 exercises for high reps, so about like 15 reps each, and I like to repeat the circuit 3 or 4 times. I'll insert a clip right here of me doing it. I like to do exercises like frog pumps, monster walks, lateral walks, hip thrusts, glute kickbacks, etc. So when doing your glute activation, you don't want to just fly through the motions. You want to make sure you're having that mind to muscle connection and really thinking about your glutes during every movement. And you also want to make sure you're doing it slow and controlled, just to get the best workout. When you're going through your glute activation warm-up, you don't want to just fly through the motions. You want to make sure you have a nice mind to muscle connection, make sure you're really focusing on the glutes, make sure you go slow and controlled, and not just squeeze your glutes at the top, but squeeze it throughout the whole entire movement. And by the end of this, your glutes should be on fire, and that's a good thing. It means it's working. You are really going to see results when doing this. And also, I like to not just begin my workout with glute activation, I like to end my workout with like a glute burnout, so I'll do about the same exercise at the end of my workout as well, to just exhaust the muscle. So
but behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love. Chicago's waiting for job offers on the table, and she tells all her friends that's why they think we're stable. But I got plans of my own, but better with no label. And I'm loving the way that you move to my vibe and you dance to my songs. But I feel like it's about to be me who goes off and does something so wrong. No, I take it for granted.
Alright guys, so my second tip is to eat enough. A lot of people aren't seeing their glutes grow because they just simply aren't eating enough. Food is your fuel for your workouts, and food equals growth. Obviously, if you're going to be eating a lot of shit food, it's not going to be doing much for you. Make sure you have a nice balance of healthy and cheap food. But yeah, make sure you're eating enough. Gaining weight means gaining muscle. If you're eating enough proper food, you will see the muscle growth. So eating enough means gaining muscle. If you're going on a diet, you probably will not see your glutes grow, because when you lose weight, losing fat, you are going to be losing a little bit of muscle as well. It's just inevitable. So if you are really wanting to see those gains, make sure you're eating enough and you will see progress. I promise you. Alright guys, so my third tip for you is to make sure you're working out more than once a week, especially if you aren't seeing the results you want. I know when I first started working out, I was training glutes once a week. Or actually no, I was just having one leg day and I was trying to fit my whole entire legs and glutes into one day and I just couldn't do it. So I started incorporating 2 leg days a week and then I started separating it by muscle groups. I was doing my quad day, I was doing my hamstring and glute day, and then a just straight focus glute day because that's where I wanted to see my results. Now I do quads 2 times a week and hamstrings and glutes 2 times a week. So do what makes you happy, do what works for you, but like I said, if you aren't seeing the results you want, it might be time to work them out more than once a week. But also with that being said, I wouldn't work them out more than 4 times a week. I just think that's a little excessive, but if that works for you, then that's great. But as a beginner, I don't think that is just the best option. And also you want to make sure you are giving your muscles enough time to recover. Recovery is so important. Do not neglect giving your muscles time to rest. Tip number 4 for you guys is to change it up. This is going to be a long tip. I just have a lot of like side notes I want to talk about, but changing up is very important. When I'm on Instagram and YouTube and even Facebook and I see girls promoting gaining glute muscle, but they're just doing the same workout with the same weight, same intensity, same reps, and every day, and you're just not gonna see results. It's just bottom line. You have to change it up. So with that being said, how can you change up your workouts? Okay, progressive overload. You can add more weight when time is needed, add more reps, because okay, if you're just doing the same body weight exercise, you're just not gonna see results. I'm sorry, you won't. So change it up. Sometimes I like to add resistance bands onto my workout to change it up a little bit. I'll add more weight when time is needed. I'll do some supersets. I'll do some drop sets. I'll change up the tempos. Also, sometimes when I'm doing hip thrusts, I'll do a static hold at the top, or sometimes I'll, go down for 5 seconds and then explode up or something like that. Just change it up every once in a while. It's very important to do so. Also, I like to have a good balance of compound movements and isolation movements. Compound movements are going to be the exercises where you're using more than one muscle. So like squats, for example, you're using your hamstrings, your glutes, and your quads. And then I'll put in some isolation exercises like hip thrusts, glute kickbacks, and things like that. I just like to mix it up. Also, a side note, squats are not the best exercise to grow your glutes, and I know people are discovering that now, but I just thought I would let you guys know. There's a bunch of other exercises that will use your glutes that much more. I'll have a link down below. Brett Contreras is a great guy to go to if you're looking to grow your glutes. I'll leave his website down below as well. But yeah, squats aren't the best, but if you're wanting to do squats and you still want to grow your glutes, just make sure, like I said, you're doing your glute activation in the beginning. Make sure you're pushing through your heels, having a wider stance. Another thing I have to say is go heavy. Like I said earlier, bodyweight exercises just won't cut it, bottom line. So make sure you're going heavy, and make sure you're exhausting the muscle by the end of your workout, because that is what's going to drive you to see results. And last tip for you guys, tip number 5 is to squeeze your glutes. Now, I said this in tip number 1 during the glute activation, but making sure you squeeze your glutes is very important. Not only is it good for your form, but it's also important to get that full contraction during your workout. Just squeezing your glutes at the top isn't going to be the best thing. Making sure you squeeze your glutes throughout the whole entire movement, really having that mind to muscle connection, really just focusing on the glutes, making sure you get that full range of motion. You feel me? So squeezing your glutes is going to really help you see results. Like I said, not just at the top, but throughout the whole entire movement, making sure you go slow and controlled, and just really focusing on the muscle, because it's a really hard muscle to properly engage at first, at least for me. And before I go, I just wanted to let you guys know that it does take time. Sorry about the lighting change. Growing your glutes takes time, but trust me, it will happen if you stay consistent and you stay dedicated to your workout. It does take time, so keep that in mind, but it will happen and you'll be happy that you worked that much harder during your workouts. I wanted to let you guys know some exercises that are my favorite. The number one would probably be hip thrusts, let's be real. Hip thrusts are my favorite because I can strictly feel the burn, the really good burn, strictly in my glutes, and it's amazing. So hip thrust number one. Hip abductions are a great one. Bulgarian split squats, walking lunges with a long stride, glute kickbacks, cable pull-throughs, deadlifts, whether it be stiff leg, Romanian, American, sumo, whatever it may be. I love deadlifts. Yeah, I would say those are my favorite glute exercises. And like I said with tip 4, I like to change it up. I like to do supersets. I like to do a really heavy workout supersetted with a resistance band burnout exercise. I like to just change it up. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you want to see those workout videos, comment down below and I'll do them for you if you want to see them. Thank you guys so much for watching.